Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Another edition of the Daily Edification Daily Exhortation coming to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai Baal Shem Rakak. All praises and glories definitely due, especially in these times. So I'm out here doing my walk, trying to stay in shape. All right. And I was just thinking about the concept of honesty, which I think is very important in being in this ministry, to be honest with ourselves and to be honest with the brotherhood. A lot of individuals, they come into this truth and they think it's about building a cult of personality, and in most cases they build this cult of personality and it's phony, and eventually when the lackluster or the shine of that cult of personality wears off, they fall out the truth because there's no more applause, nobody's applauding them, and nobody's taking notice. So they eventually get bored, they get bored. There was something that Apostle Tahar used to say. It's a certain word he used. Maybe if he sees this video, he can put the word that he used back in the day. The thrill of being in this truth, they lose it, because no one's buying their cult of personality anymore. Okay? And what really inspired me to do this video too was that panel that Quinaf put together, and Elder Lahab, that's his title, that's what he goes by. He goes by Elder Lahab now. Back then he was the general, and Shia Allah, which we call Shia Liar, he was also on the panel, right? And I'm looking at these guys and I'm hearing them talk about the scriptures, and all I can think about is when they were back at the school, that phony cult of personality that they created. Lahab, he had which he's still wearing that today. Not as much as he did back then, but he's wearing the black jacket with the studs. But back then, this guy used to carry a horsewhip, right? Like, I guess he was going to whip a brother who couldn't get in shape. He was going to whip them with that horsewhip. And guess what? Shia Allah did the same thing. Carry a horsewhip. Lahab had a black Jeep. Shia Allah bought a black Jeep. The point I'm making is they created back then that cult of personality, and a lot of Israelites, because they when you first come in, you're simple. A lot of Israelites bought that shit. Well, Elder Apostle Tahar didn't buy it, and I didn't buy it. Elder Apostle Rakar didn't buy it. We saw right through that dude, man. That's why we called him the Black Demon. Okay? And we've told you brothers stories about that. But the point I'm making, which I hope is edifying for you brothers, is that cult of personalities don't work in this thing of ours. We have to be honest, first with ourselves and with the brotherhood. We have to be honest. One of my favorite songs from Billy Joel is called Honesty. And I know the song, the lyrics of the song, and like he says in the song, honesty is such a lonely word, right? Everyone is so untrue. That is so true. Now, when we come into the truth, the word truth, we got to be true to ourselves. The first person we got to be true to is ourselves in this ministry, right? That makes sense to you, brothers? Makes sense to me? The first person we got to be true with is ourselves. And then it'll be an easy thing to be true to the brotherhood. All right? No matter how many scriptures we learn, no matter how many breakdowns we're expert in, if we're not true to ourselves, right? If we're not true to ourselves, then we're not true to the brotherhood. And eventually it's going to show. Eventually it's going to, like Yahweh Shai said, and I'm just going to quote scriptures. You brothers can put it in the comment section. Every now and then, you know what? I'm going to start doing videos like this. A brother told me that he said I should get back into doing walking talks. Well, actually, he said mailbags. He said because he was edified by them, and that touched me, you know? Then all of a sudden, I started feeling like, I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing? Let me get back into doing the walking talk, because I really like doing them, you know? That's why my channel started out with GMS Walk and Talk, you know? So from now on, every now and then I'm going to be doing a walk and talk lesson, and at the same time I can get my workout in. So kind of kills two birds with one stone, you know? But yeah, man, the concept of honesty, going back to that song, one of my favorite songs, I remember when my brother bought the album, I think the name of the album was 52nd Street. And when you see the album, you see a very young Billy Joel. And Billy Joel is definitely a Jake. There's no doubt about it. If you know good music, that man makes good music, okay? Anyway, one of his songs that I dearly love is Honesty. I remember when my brother bought the album. I know the whole album. And one of those songs that stand out to me, among others like Rosalinda's Eyes and Big Shot, you know, one of them was Honesty. And the words are so true. And I guess what I'm saying to you brothers, and I hope it's edifying as well as exhorting, is strive to be honest. And I'm telling you, it goes double for me. Strive to be honest with yourself and honest with the brotherhood. But even more important than the brotherhood, yourself, because that's where it starts. If you're honest with yourself, then you ain't gonna have no trouble being honest in the sight of the brotherhood. And that's what I'm striving to be. I want to be honest with myself, and thereby I know I'll be honest to the brothers, and thereby I'll be honest before Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai, while the angels is watching. If you don't think they're watching, they're watching. They watch everything we do. That's the attitude you got to have, you know? So I guess the message of this lesson is be honest with yourself in this ministry. Don't get into cults of personality. Like I said, I gave you an example. I saw it firsthand with Lahab, who calls himself now Elder Lahab, and Shia Allah, which we call Shia Liar. Those two, and you know, I could even mention Nate, because back then he was the super Gadite, now he's a Judite. Lord knows what he's going to be next. But the main two is Lahab and Shia Allah, them two. They created back then a cult of personality, and a lot of simple-minded Israelites bought it. Well, I'm here to tell you, brothers, all right, don't get into cult of personalities. All right, what you see, beginning with Elder Apostle on down, is straightforward, man. Straightforward, you know. Just we're all about edifying, exhorting, comforting, you know. That's what we're about. No cult of personality, no pretentious crap that you can't learn from, that can't edify you, you know. Just straightforward truth. Okay? That's what it's all about. All right, so I believe that's all I have to say. So I'm going to continue with my workout here. And hopefully you brothers were edified. And I'll say shalom to you. And I'm going to be doing more and more videos like this. This is great, man. You know, out here in the wild, you know. Yeah, you know. Get my workout in, and at the same time, edify you brothers, man. Can't beat that. All right, so hopefully, you know, you brothers were edified, and I'll talk to you later. Shalom.